Hey, how are you guys? So, shall we talk about fear? It is a scary subject. So, as you know, I have been working a lot. My hours have increased. I'm getting a lot stronger in my conversations, getting more confident, falling back into the groove, per se. So, I used to do real estate. I did a lot of it. I was good at it. And I lost my shirt, understatement. On top of that, I lost my confidence. And I got so tired of dealing with people that I happily walked away from it all. And ended up in India. And if you've been following my journey, you have an idea of what's happened. And then I started an online business. And I'll be honest, I only played half-ass because I was scared I was going to become a workaholic again. I have a competitive streak, and I like to win. And when you're competing against your brothers, especially when you're the big sister, you have to win. Weird dynamics, I know. So I won. But I discovered I wasn't happy. So I went and did the unknown. I quit my job and walked away from it. My family thought I was bonkers and nuts. And I learned about me. And I am now proud to say I have a sister who sold all of their stuff, and they went traveling for a few years with their kids. And my father went to India, and I think I've inspired my family to get the heck out of the house a little bit. So, back in America, back in my house, walking through tons of friggin' emotions, reliving who am I, what do I want, how do I want my life to look like, having to adjust to America. Whew, this country is so different from India and from where community reigns. It's very fragmented, and the people are suffering horribly from it, in my opinion. We're not talking to each other. So we're getting very disconnected, and we're getting very easily offended, and we get upset easily, and we want things our own way. And it's not just 10 or 20, it's the majority of Americans like their very easy life. But community is not easy. Emotions and talking to people and becoming good friends and working through the kinks, it's not easy. It's not. But it's worth it. At least in my opinion. So, I am back in doing real estate. Working with my brother. Putting it out there. We worked together before. We were good together. We're good together. It's work. Whoa. And then it's having those lines, okay, this is all I'm doing. I'm not going back into workaholic mode. So why am I talking to you about fear? Because I'm still scared. I'm still scared that I'm going to fall back into becoming a workaholic. And in my opinion, I'm only happy if I'm sitting on my couch or able to do whatever it is I want. Because I did get to live quite a few years where I was spoiled rotten and did not have to work. And I loved it. But I also lost myself on some levels. So, guess what? Business is picking up. Things are starting to come together. Our pivots are working. And there's an opportunity for me to do a lot, to make a lot more money. And I have been frozen because according to my subconscious, in order for me to be happy, I need to be able to sit on my couch and zone out. So, how do we find that balance? How do, just asking myself, what are the problems I'm dealing with? Why am I running up into a brick wall? Because I'm used to taking care of myself. I'm used to having time. I'm used to doing what I want. I'm used to having a full-time maid. So I'm used to being spoiled. And coming back here to America and having to work like a maniac, it's like, is it worth it? And the answer is yes. My family is here, and I love my family to pieces. So I'm going to stay in Florida. My son is so happy. He's doing so well. So guess what? Okay. I'm starting to put my lines in the sand. This is what I want. This is what I will learn to figure out how to make the best out of. So I had a talk with my mentor tonight. I'm very lucky. I've got a few amazing mentors in my life. And she said, why have you not asked God for help with your blocks? I don't know. I'm so put together and I'm so fucked up at the same time, you know? It's like, duh, I should know that, shouldn't I? So I turned on my music. I have fallen in love with Christian contemporary. I don't know what it is. It's amazing. And I'm loving it. So guess what? I'm going to own up to it and I'm going to play it. I've named my playlist Pleasure on Spotify. And it has a lot of Christian praise music and I love it. So guess what? Turned that stuff on, then did some talking. And then I sat down, I ordered some amazing markers, and I have written out some stuff. And it's amazing. So, I dwell in a sea of abundance. And I've even drawn in a picture of the sea, the sun going down and the water. It's not perfect. I drew a little me on there. It's like, okay, that's what I want. Cool. And I'm doing dwell in abundance, and I'm just doing exactly what it is I want, and I'm no longer asking myself, is this the right choice? Should I be doing this? Because I find that's what I've been doing. Is this the right color? Are you sure? Shouldn't you test it on another piece of paper to make sure? It's like, screw it. We're done. So tonight I did exactly whatever it is that I wanted without questioning myself. I know, I don't know why I question myself, but I have such high standards. But I've got to go back to doing things in flow, which means I've got to turn off the questions and I've got to turn on the trust. And then I can fall back into that it will work. Because it always has. It always, 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 always has. With all my crazy stuff that I've done, all the places I've gone, the people I've met, the tears I've cried, the orgasms I've experienced, the amazing life that I've led, it's had a lot of suffering and a lot of amazing shit in it. It really has. But I always allowed it to just happen. So I got to go back to that. All right, so one more. Every challenge already has a solution waiting. So there you have it. I've got my 2021 goals written out. I did exactly what I've read in quite a few books, and I put an exact number down, not just rounding it up. And my first full-time goal is to have full-time help. Going to manifest the heck out of that so that I can go back to being a little bit spoiled, because this girl likes to be spoiled. So, hope you've learned a little bit about fear and how I am falling back and forgetting. And no, I am letting go of fear. I'm embracing the unknown, and I'm embracing the confidence that I know how to do this. So, take care of yourselves. Tell me what you're embracing. Why do I do this? At the very end, got to work on this one. Have a marvelous day. If you've watched this to the end, please let me know what you are embracing. What are you moving into? And guess what? It's all a challenge. Just every day we do our best. Lots of love. Good night.